Hey, Jonathan from GameSpot here. I'm with Aaron, and we checked out a bit of CCP's side project. It's called Eve-VR.
Yeah.
So tell me what you think about it.
It was a really cool side project. They said their main influence was the old X-Wing games. They sort of wanted to get people who don't traditionally play Eve into their universe, although this did not actually take place yet in their universe. It was more like using their art assets.
Yeah, it's just like all the sci-fi look with all the little buildings and whatnot, the spaceships and everything. And the funny thing is we actually played it on the Oculus Rift.
So they said they actually designed it for the Oculus Rift. That was their main goal. And not to sound too cliche, but playing this on the Oculus Rift it's really the difference between playing like in your living room, playing a game in your living room, and actually just like being in the game world itself. I mean, how did you feel about the Oculus Rift in dogfighting in space?
Oh, it's lovely. Like, just look, I mean, it actually adds a bit of more strategy. That's, you can't just look straight at what you're seeing in front of you. You have to actually look up left and up right, just to see whether enemies are coming in from the side or not.
And they also implemented gameplay mechanics. So your guns are fixed face forward on your reticle, but your missile lock-on is based on your look.
Yep.
So when you're flying, you're looking up and around to see where the other ships are, where there are asteroids you can duck behind. And then you look and you lock onto a ship, and then you can look away and like fly somewhere else, or keep following them with your eyes and go somewhere else with your guns. It was like very well integrated into the gameplay mechanics themselves.
Yeah, it just feels that you're just grounded, like compared to other flight sims in a sense. I mean, and this is a side project to begin with. Just looking around, and the rockets, I mean, I did die quite a lot of times, but at least I got that feeling that you gotta play this game a little differently. You gotta make sure that you act like a pilot instead of acting like a gamer in a sense.
Yeah, yeah. And, again, people have had questions about Oculus Rift and, whether you might or might not get a little queasy playing it. I mean, if you were flying in a real jet minus the G-forces, like, that's about how queasy you may or may not get, but it's more a function of, like, hey, I'm really dogfighting.
Oh, cool, cool. So are there any other news that CCP brought up before we just cap this news off?
Well, they were talking a little about a recent update to Eve. They were talking about, I guess, the launch of Dust 514 and sort of the integration there. Was there anything else that you wanted to bring up?
I believe so, yeah. Apparently they did not actually announce whether they'll make this a full-fledged title or not yet, so it's something like in the waiting in the wings sort of thing. But it actually does look really promising, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see where the Oculus Rift can go, and I think it's a great fit for the old X-Wing TIE Fighter style game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them going in that direction.
Alright, cool. So for more updates on E3, just check out GameSpot.com and check out a hashtag at GameSpotE3.